and welcome. This is Post Tonight. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Glad to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan. On the show tonight, we'll play some basketball. I'll let you know how the D Tigers are getting ready to defend their title at the Women's Afrobasket Championship in Dakar, Senegal. I'll also talk about club basketball tonight. We'll talk about league football. We'll talk about women's football, actually. We're talking about that one. Match day 2 fixtures in the Nigeria Women's Premier League will get our attention. We'll also talk about basketball. Yes, the Ghana Rugby Invitationals. I told Coach Ware that, look, be wary of Cote d'Ivoire after watching them beat Ghana. I knew it was going to be difficult for Nigeria. Yes, the Black Stallions, they were close, but it didn't just happen for them. They lost by 1 point. And so Cote d'Ivoire will go back home with the President's Cup, while Nigeria will stay back to play Ghana in that second invitational match. We'll talk about rugby and hopefully see if we can connect to one of the officials of the Nigeria Rugby Football Federation that are right there in Ghana to just get their perspective on that match. We're also getting ready for more football in action. But right here in Africa, CAF has made a decision. What did they do as regards that match? The CAF Champions League final between Esperance and Wydad. They have reinstated Esperance. A lot of talking points coming out of that one. The analyst in the studio will do justice to that. In more basketball, the Basketball Africa League, they have announced venues for that competition. I'll tell you those venues on the show tonight, and we will talk about the FIFA Best Awards. Who are those that have been nominated, the men, the women, and all of the awards that we should look forward to. The short list have been done, and we will talk about it on the show tonight. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Welcome on board wherever you're in the world watching us. I want you to be part of the program. What are you talking about? So much is going down in our world of sports, and that's why I love it when you get involved. So talk to us just about anything that you are following in our world of sports on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels-sports. You can send us an email, sportstonight@channelstv.com. All our top stories can be viewed on our website, channelstv.com, and on YouTube/channelsweb. If you log on to m.channelstv.com, you should be able to download the Channels TV app for your iPad, your iPhone, your BlackBerry, your iOS, your Windows phones, and your Android phones can also do it. Just log on to m.channelstv.com, download the app, follow us. Come on, down. You can also follow us on Twitter, also channels_sports. Let's have some fun tonight talking sports. So much is happening. It's that time of the season. We call it the silly season, where you hear this player is going to this place. There's going to be a swap. This player has done medicals, but we're waiting for them to sign. And for Arsenal, they're waiting on Pepe. I believe Nicolas Pepe is that signing that can make Unai Emery break the bank for Arsenal. Hearing a staggering figure. And Arsenal fans have been reacting from last night. Let's keep that conversation going. Is he the guy that can turn things around for the Gunners? We hear that Romelu Lukaku is also going to have a switch with Paulo Dybala. All of those talks, yeah, till it is confirmed. We will just monitor it and see where that is going. That's the period where we get all of such conversations. Sports Tonight on Channels TV. Welcome on board once again. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. It's the Fun Factory. It's a Wednesday night. Joseph Mukuzi makes a return. Joseph, it's good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Austin, it's a pleasure. Yeah. I want to thank CAS, first of all, for putting CAF out of their misery and taking the right decision. And, you know, we really have to learn how to do things properly. When I heard about the announcement of a replay, it looked very comical to me. And I just love the fact that finally they've helped us resolve this messy situation. And hopefully whatever lessons have been learned from this will be taken to, you know, this year's competition. I won't have an incident like that again. And, you know, it's a good news.
So CAF for the love tonight. And if I say welcome, Joseph Mukuzi, Onyewuchi Wachukwu is making a grand return to the show. Onyewuchi is good, so good to have your Sports Tonight.
Yeah, good to be here, Austin.
Okay.
And Joseph.
That's it. I've got a complete gang tonight on the show. Together we'll be talking sports, of course, with you. So let's do this together. Let's begin with basketball. If you can play that on, let's go. The Basketball Africa League, they call them the BAL. They have announced Cairo in Egypt, Dakar in Senegal, Lagos, Nigeria, Luanda in Angola, Rabat, Morocco, and either Monastir or Tunis in Tunisia as the host cities for the inaugural BAL regular season. Rwanda, as in Kigali, host city for the first ever Basketball Africa League Final Four, and of course the Basketball African League final. Additionally, the BAL announced Nike and Jordan Brand will be the exclusive gears for the competition. It's good for basketball to have this one, and for Nigeria, another opportunity to not just play basketball, to also host people.
Yeah, fantastic opportunity. Already we've had a number of competitions in other sports. So basketball is having their own opportunity as well. So fantastic. Remember, the National Stadium is always ready. Renovated stadium, and it would be nice to host the whole of Africa. You know, I just look forward to the tournament.
It's good. It's a renovated indoor sports
hall.
Yeah,
renovated.
And only each time basketball takes us to that stadium, it's just something that tells you if we can make the indoor sports hall that's good, what's stopping us from just making that infrastructure a proper one?
Yeah, I think, Austin, when you look at it practically, we have problems with maintenance. You know, so we have the facilities scattered all over the place. But apart from the National Stadium in Lagos, the National Stadium in Abuja
as well is there.
As well can host. You know, but I want to say something clearly. I think it's also a good development, Austin, that Nigeria, Lagos is among these cities in Africa that will host basketball. What it shows is that the NBA ranks Nigeria amongst some of the best basketball, playing countries
in Africa,
on the African continent. And I just want us to leverage on this platform. What it means is that our basketballers will have the opportunity of also rubbing shoulders with the best on the continent. And in terms of the facilities, we can only urge the authorities to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, because we learned the NBA officials, we are here, the facilities and security officials, we are here to, inspect some of the facilities.
Yeah, very, very important. So when that championship gets off, it will remind them once again that infrastructure development is very, very important. The competition that will start March 2020. The 6 host cities will host a regular season that will feature 12 teams divided into 2 conferences, with each conference playing in 3 cities. Now listen, the 12 teams will play 5 games each for a total of 30 games. 5 games each of 30 games, with the top 3 teams in each conference qualifying for the playoffs. So it looks good, and we'll monitor that one, March 2020. So enough time for everybody to get ready now and give this competition the sort of boost that we needed for basketball development in Africa. From basketball to rugby. We talked about this one last week, Friday, when we had the coach of the Black Stallions, Nigeria's men's senior rugby team, and of course the technical director, Coach Bronson Ware, was confident that his team can go to Ghana and compete at that invitational championship, show quality. I asked him, what do you want from that match? He said, fast-paced rugby. And that he believes that if they do well at this one, they will take that momentum to play at the Africa Cup qualifiers and then the big one in November. I'm talking about rugby here. And Joseph, look, I like the fact that they went to Ghana. They played Cote d'Ivoire today. They lost by a point. Yeah. There must be lessons in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the essence of going out and play friendly matches. Yeah. Because you can't really judge yourself among yourself until you play against people who are much better. And just by a point shows that indeed they are a solid team. They are getting there. They still need to, continue to improve per game. In the next game they'll play, I'm sure lessons learned will go a long way in affecting, their strategy. Just learn from experiences like this. That is the importance of keeping the game out there, playing games, improving per game. I mean, it will take time, but obviously when you are busy, it's just a matter of time. You get to the peak of your ability.
Onya, is another opportunity for us also to talk about rugby. It's not so big in this part of the world, but again, this is Nigeria, and we have the talent, we have the big guys, I mean, and we have a South African coach that is passionate about developing the sport. It's another reminder to the federation that we still have loads of work to do.
Yeah, Austin, I've followed the progress of the game of rugby in this country, and I think we have to commend the leadership of the federation. They've been playing a lot of tournaments, especially within the West Coast. They've been traveling outside Nigeria to go and play some of the rugby players from other parts of the country, so other parts of West Africa.
Yeah.
So I think that can only get better. They can only get better for them, and we also hope that they get the necessary funding.
That's
very key.
Yeah.
It's very key, so that they can transcend the West African coast and begin to also rub shoulders with the best on the continent, and from there go outside Africa.
That's right, and that's what Coach Bronson Ware said when he was here on the show. Let's go to Ghana. The coach of the Black Stallions joins us now live on the program. Let's take a look at that match against Cote d'Ivoire today. Good evening, Coach. Welcome to Sports Tonight. Okay, so Coach needs to get into the hot seats, and then we get the conversation going. We're just taking a look at that Ghana Rugby Invitationals. The three countries that featured: Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, and Ghana. And so the Black Stallions, they lost today by a single point, and that makes Cote d'Ivoire the winners of the President's Cup. Nigeria will still play Ghana. I'm sure the coach will have one or two things he wants to see from that one and see ways his team can get better. Let's go back to Ghana and see if Coach Bronson Ware is ready for us now. Coach, if you're ready, if you can hear us, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Hi, good evening, Austin. Hope you guys are well.
We're doing great. Good to have you on the show. So, Coach, I was talking to you the other day, and I told you that after seeing what Cote d'Ivoire did to Ghana, that we must approach that game with all seriousness. You were confident your team was going to win. What happened to the Black Stallions today?
Well, we did win. It's just that there was a miscommunication. They told the players that was the last play. We kicked the ball out, and we were leading 14-12. We kicked the ball out, but then the referee decided to have another play. And then they got a penalty and they won.
Because that was it. Because at some point I thought it was over, that we won. So are you saying that the referee robbed Nigeria of victory today?
I wouldn't say robbed. I think there was this miscommunication in terms of that. But the players were told that the time is up. We kicked the ball out, and he decided to go for the line out, and that's where they got a penalty and they kicked over.
Coach, there must be lessons in it for your team. What are some of the positives that you can get out of this defeat to Cote d'Ivoire?
Yeah, definitely. Look, remember the last time I coached Nigerians' 15th team was last year, August, and we're almost playing another year later. So that is something we need to work on in terms of playing more games. And then obviously it will be a good learning for us going forward in the future, because even at the end, when they were leading 15-14, we had the opportunity to seal the game, but we did not. And yes, we need to respect the Ivory Coast. They were in a World Cup before, and these are probably the sons of the World Cup players that used to play in the 1995 World Cup. So yeah, it's good lessons learned for us.
Good lessons indeed. Ghana is up next. What do you want to do with that match?
No, it will be seen as the President's Cup, and obviously we want to tweak the team here and there and give other guys an opportunity. So I know what I have at my disposal for later in the year when we play Madagascar. So we will get out with the objective to win, and but we will tweak the team a bit.
Is the objective towards doing well at the Africa Cup qualifiers still part of the plan for coming to Ghana?
That's correct. So hopefully later in the year we will have a return leg, and even if we can invite them and the Ivory Coast, that will be ideal, because I think Ivory Coast did play a physical brand, which we actually wanted. So it will be good for them to be invited.
Before I let you go, did you shake hands with the referee after the match?
I definitely did, and he even asked me on WhatsApp.
Thank you so much, Coach Bronson Ware, for speaking to us. We'll continue to monitor you and the progress of this team, and we'll get you talking again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Austin, and I hope the Nigerian faithful don't give up on us. We are looking for more support, so I hope you're going to come out in Elmina on Saturday and support us against Ghana.
No, we'll do just that. Just change the referee.
Sure, no problem.
It's good. It's good. It's good learning for the team. Cote d'Ivoire had a strategy. They need to be more physical against Nigeria, and they did, and they won.
Yeah, absolutely, and a bit of inexperience there as well coming into play. It's part of the, the opportunity to play. You learn new things. Next time out, when you have to communicate better, You know, I doubt if they will make this kind of mistake next time. But fantastic opportunity. I just love the fact that he's a South African. I mean, it's massive. Rugby is massive in South Africa. They're former world champion as well. You know, so it gives us that level, you know, that opportunity to learn at the highest level. And once we continue to expose ourselves, I mean, the rivalry against Ghana is going to be very explosive. But the most important thing is that we are out there and we are doing things. And kudos to the Rugby Federation that they are able to pull this thing off in a very, very difficult economic situation that we find ourselves in, you know, without recourse to, you know, the ministry sending funds. I know once you begin to have those kind of issues, it's likely that you won't do much. But they've been able to pull it off, and kudos to them.
And only the coach is confident. He believes that the Black Stallions can make it to the 2020 Olympics. That's big dream, but they need to play more of this sort of competitions to actually realize that.
Absolutely. I mean, the coach is from a rugby playing nation, so he knows the techniques, and perhaps he has seen that we have a lot of potentials. And he has also seen that we have a lot of big guys like you. I don't know why you are not playing rugby. And we just hope that they get a lot of support. You know, we are a massive country. More than 120 million Nigerians, and if
200 million.
Yeah, if we get enough funding, people will be encouraged to go into rugby. Then it means that at the grassroots level, you have a lot of activities, and it will be very easy to select players for the national team. So I think his coming to Nigeria might, you know, signal the turnaround for the game in this country.
Good thing they have a president that is passionate about rugby, who has also supported it as a club and is willing to develop it. Oh yeah, I was telling someone that Nigeria is too big of a country and too blessed with talent for us to just say we're a footballing nation.
That's true.
This is the sort of thing, and we have the market, we have the people, we can do well.
That's true. I totally agree with you. What we need is good leadership. Yeah. And I was looking at a very small event the other day. My son competed in a chess competition, and I look at the lineup of sponsors, you know, at that level. So if you have a good product that people can buy into,
package it.
Yeah, they will identify with you. And the secret is that by the time a corporate giant one comes in, the others will automatically queue behind that and begin to support. So when they attend more and more championship, the awareness is, you know, coming, and sponsors will queue behind them.
And they need to make it a school sports as well, you know. Exactly, have structure in place so that you can get kids to buy into it at a very young age. And that's where you get raw, unadulterated talent, you know, buy into it, and then from there you can begin to, you know, go a long way helping.
This South African colleague is a journalist in South Africa. So when Nigeria, the Super Eagles defeated South Africa at the AFCON, so I was throwing battles at him. He said, it's okay, but can we meet in cricket, rugby, athletics, swimming? And right there, he was winning already.
We gave up.
Of course. And he was saying the truth. He was saying, okay, what about we meet on the tracks? Come for swimming, come for rugby, come for cricket. And that's the country that can come out and boast that they're indeed a sporting nation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's what Nigeria
and it takes a lot, Austin.
It takes a lot of work, right leadership, infrastructure development, athletes' welfare. Yeah. Look, because we shouldn't even get into it now. We're talking rugby. If I say now, how ready is Nigeria for the African Games?
No, don't even go there. Don't even go there. Let's just revel in the thrill of dominating them in football.
That's all.
And in music
for
as
South
well.
Africa.
Music as well.
Okay. Because he said, Austin, okay, it's all right, but let's meet on the tracks. Let's swim, let's play rugby, let's play cricket. And I said, you win. So that's the message that we should put out there. We're glad that we're talking about rugby. We talked about cycling the other day. We're doing so well with table tennis. Georgia Obo is getting us to talk about golf. That's what the country should be. We should diversify. But as Onye said, it takes a lot of hard work. So hopefully we'll get the right leadership that will catch the vision. Blessing Akagbari reminded us the other night on this show that it's about time we stop putting persons in athletics that don't have an idea about it. And she was really passionate about it. You can't even fault her because she knows what she's talking about. It's long-term planning, and that's what we should be thinking about. Let's talk about match day 2 of the Nigeria Women's Premier League. Interesting results that came in today after the action. FC Robo Queens of Lagos. They won by a single goal against Oshun Babes, Delta Queens. Rivers Angels will play on Thursday in Group B, match day 2. Adamawa Queens 2, Dream Stars Ladies 0. Dream Stars Ladies, newly promoted side. They're beginning to feel the baptism of fire already in the league. Edo Queens 2, Heartlands Queens 1. Kaduna Queens 1. They lost at home to Sunshine Queens by 2 goals to 1. Nasarawa Amazons versus Bayelsa Queensland should be a cracker of a match. It will be played on Thursday. In Group D, match day 2, Invisible Angels and Confluence Queens share the points. It ended 1-1. Ibom Angels 2, Abia Angels 0. It's good to see the Women's League back again, but I'll just pause you. Let's go on this break. When we come back, we'll give the analysis as regards match day 2 of the Nigerian Women's Premier League, and then we'll get you talking also. Don't go anywhere. Stay.